Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, whatever. So in this now page update, I just wanted to share with you guys that the different things that are happening in my professional and personal lives at this point in time. Again, I don't generally edit these anymore. I tried for a while not to anyways, but I ended up finding myself doing it, especially to add like an intro and outro. But the point of these vlogs is to just be real and raw and to share with you what's happening in my life. And I'm stressed. Like, I was gonna put in a post, like, my heart hurts. I don't know exactly why, but it just, like, it feels heavy and it's hard to deal with. There's a lot of family drama going on. There's a lot of work on, and I say work as in my job and content because both of them are important to me. And I find myself overwhelmed and stressed. So here's what I'm doing. I am managing my 3 channels. The one that this is going on is my main PolyInnovator channel. I do solo videos, not counting these, where I'm talking about knowledge management stuff. I have interviews of polymathic people, and then both of those, mainly the interviews, turn into shorts. My secondary channel, Poly Tools, where I talk about, I haven't started this yet, but I talk about doing reviews of these different tools that I've come across, as well as doing solo videos, me teaching other people how to be a modern content creator. On that channel, I also do reviews, and it's been really going really well, actually. All of which, especially the interviews, create shorts. So there's a little funnel. So on both channels, the solo videos are a growth engine. That's what's going to drive all the traffic when it comes to the topics. The interviews help with retention and keep the watch time up. And then both of them, but especially interviews, generate a lot of shorts, which helps track in a lot more views and people seeing the channel. So both of them have a really good strategy. I just need to make sure I'm executing. And I've been so overwhelmed with the interviews, just like the last couple years anyways, that I haven't been making solo videos. I have some plans to maybe try to batch some content out, which I think will help a lot. But I need to get better at, first off, making solo videos because I haven't done it in a while. The only solo videos I've been making for the most part are these now page updates, which I don't edit and I don't really have a particular format for. And these other stuff do have to be edited and have a format. But then on top of that too, batching is something I'm not great just yet at. The third channel is a bit more interesting. I'm doing live streaming. I'm trying to set it up to where I stream vertically and horizontally at the same time because YouTube's actually supporting both. And then I could also do Instagram and TikTok for vertical, and then Kick, Rumble, and Twitch for horizontal. Through those streams, I'll chop them up into 15, 30-minute videos, depending on what episode it is or whatever game it is. It's going to be Pokemon going forward. That's what I'm planning on. I'm excited for that because that's a really, I think, interesting topic for me to help grow fast with it. And then from those streams, I'll create TikToks or shorts. And I think it's going to work out pretty well, but I need to have the bandwidth to do it. And right now, I don't currently have that because while I had an editor, that person seems to be MIA for the moment. And so I'm now stuck with like 5 interviews to edit this weekend, and or at least a couple of them. I finished one this morning. It was a really big deal. I've been having a lot of tech issues with different recording tools as well, which has been making things frustrating, which is why I'm behind on interviews. So I'm trying to get that done. And then my job is also really behind, and I need to catch up on that. Don't want to get too much into the weeds with that one, but I need to work harder. And I accept the fact that it's my own fault for not executing well enough. But I want to make sure I am responsible and trustworthy so I can execute well enough. So I need to make sure I do it. I plan on doing it all this weekend. One thing I talked about in the blog version of this now page update was that my karaoke time is now, I guess, done, at least in Colombia. I was working there. I was also going from time to time. I started getting a little bit more burned out by going, but I still enjoyed running it, and it pays well too, so it makes it worthwhile. However, the person who I worked with, who was my friend, ended up quitting, and I didn't know that he was quitting. And because he quit, he actually found someone else to take over too, which made me feel kind of shafted. So now I don't even want to go back there as a regular, let alone I'm not running it anymore. So I don't have that anymore in my life. And so I don't have much of my decompressions anymore. So it doesn't help when it comes to not overworking, but oh well. I am pretty happy on a couple small things I didn't mention in the post. I managed to afford to get a camera that I've been looking at for the last year. I've been really wanting it. It's a way higher quality. There's still a little bit of noise going on. I don't know exactly why, but I'll figure that out eventually. It's a much higher quality resolution, and so hopefully it'll look a lot more crisp. And then I also got a new lighting bar, which honestly has turned out even greater than I could have imagined. And I actually got it on Marketplace for, less than half the cost of what it normally does. It makes me really happy. So overall, things are good. I'm just overwhelmed, and I need to get. If I get a lot of stuff done this weekend, I'm gonna feel so much happier, and I'm just gonna try to spend my whole time doing it. I think that coming forward, I kind of talked about the channels already. I'm really excited about these channels. I went to a conference, I guess not last month, but technically the month before, and I found that I should be farther along than I actually am. I talked to a lot of people who were technically farther along on YouTube, for example, and I found myself not envious by any means, really, which is weird because in that situation, I probably should have felt envious. It was more about the fact that I've been doing it for so long and I should be where they're at, or not, if not farther. And I was mad. And I wasn't mad because of envy. I was mad because I didn't execute well enough in the past. And I know that. You can go back through these now page updates, and I've said the same thing, that I'm not doing enough way back then. And it's not laziness. I will say it is procrastination. In a lot of these cases, it's been procrastination. But I think I've been getting better about it since the trip, because there was a fire underneath my butt. I was really mad. And I was mad because I should be farther along, and I wasn't. And so that, I don't want to say anger because it wasn't really anger, but that negative feeling fueled me to do more, and it helped. I managed to find an editor. Maybe I could find more too, and have a team of editors to make it easier for me. But I can't really afford much, especially if the job doesn't continue. And so it's one of those things where I have to figure out what I'm doing about that, and I don't want to waste all my energy on editing these long form videos that I'm doing. But I also do need to make sure those continue because they're doing well and they're helping me grow. There's a lot of dynamics to YouTubing that I don't want to bore some of the people who aren't creators that are watching this, but it is a very stressful life and job. And I find that a lot of people don't realize it's a job, and it's what I'm trying to make into my job. And while I might have another job during it, I want to do both. I have time to do both. Whether I have energy to do both, I don't know, but I have time to do both. And I don't want to choose between them. And I don't think I need to, as long as I just keep working hard. So yeah, that's where it's at. I haven't been writing much in my book, and that's annoying. Even though I have the reminders to me, I did find a cool habit tracking app that I'm gonna try to gamify it to make it a little bit more interesting to keep track of my habits. I've been still doing Duolingo. I'm like over 220 days strong at this point, maybe actually past 250, something like that. And so I've been doing well with some of my habits, and I'm trying to improve overall. The fact that I'm getting this done now is making me happy. It's going to keep me steamrolling. I'm going to snowball into doing something else next. Thank you for watching. Whether you are me in the future, one of my descendants, or just some random person on the internet right now, just checking out what's going on in my life, thank you.